Nope.
Or
get
that.
We tried.
Nope.
So close.
Iritel, a specialty pick for Skylar, making its breakout in the MPLID Season 14 playoff.
To cap out a win here, is it going to be the Kingdom RRQ HOSHI, or will it be the Cavalry Team Liquid ID? The revenge for both teams on the table here, going into Game 5. The endurance test of TLID after being 2-0, and now RRQ HOSHI has brought it down to a single game, just like we saw earlier. Now talking about the draft here, the fact that Yehezkiel's brought out so many new heroes. From what we've seen in the mid lane so far, now how are we thinking this Lilia is going to work against a pick we see so often in the Eve?
Yeah, I mean, he did put out a Savior, even the Navaria. A lot of the first-time hero pick was cause of Yehezkiel, but Witty, very aggressive. Just they want to put control on the mid lane, as what we've seen in their first 2 game wins, and that's what they're planning to do up against RRQ again. So
they're going to have to do. Witty, so aggressive and so proactive on the Cho. He might get, you know, sometimes a little overzealous and get punished, but nonetheless, he's had a phenomenal performance up to this point. And looking at the emblems here, you know, this is the other thing. Susujin, like our panel said, you know, they asked him. He is the Ling, and he runs the war cry here. Fabian, though.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Quite low. A good response coming in from RRQ HOSHI. There's a talk from Adok to Windy, and he's now going to focus his attention onto Rins. All the while, Yehezkiel just trying to poke down Susujin.
Wow, there's enough of blooms there.
Forcing out the Tempest of Blades early on. That was a good play coming in from Yehezkiel. Now Fabian, he has the Queller, not going to connect. Susujin remains unbothered.
Really limit testing, you know, in the early game at this point. Already getting those Tempest Blades out. Oh, in a hook! Fabian goes in and picks up the kill. That's a solo kill right there, and now Turtle for the taking.
Okay. All the while, Susujin just focusing on his purple buff, while Yehezkiel zoning out the jungler of RRQ HOSHI. TLID starting out strong. A kill for Fabian, plus secures the turtle.
So already off to a good start. Team Liquid ID, based off that whole interaction they had. You know, even right now, it's proven a point that actually this Lilia pick's really good. Able to slow things down. The Bloom's always a surprise amount of damage early on, even before she gets items. So still, you know, RRQ HOSHI gonna have to adjust from it. Nothing too crazy to work from. They are playing with a Ling, and we know how important these buffs are gonna be in the rotation for the Ling, for Susujin. Relying on the team to help him out if the pressure starts. That's the one thing you want to avoid, is a too big of a lead to build for Team Liquid ID to the point where they're just always in Susujin's jungle here.
Yeah. But at the same time, RRQ HOSHI, they have to wait for the fact that Susujin needs to scale up. And looking at the proper targets that he could go for, I mean, Yehezkiel has the Black Shoes, so at any given moment, if Susujin decides to dive, he can just pop off that Black Shoes and remain safe. And Susujin is not gonna get the kill that he's looking for.
That's part of it. There's the initiation already. Edok out of the picture again. Susujin will jump in.
He dives in with the Tempest of Blades, gonna connect onto 4, but Witty manages to flicker out. Here comes Skylar though. No casualties yet for TLID once again, but they were able to take down Edok. Not a strong start. A 0-2-0 for this Belleric.
Yeah, very tough. Even utilizing the Revitalize that time, but still just overloaded with damage. You know, kind of dealing with this. Again, 0 and 2. He's going to be fine, though. Diamond will take some damage. They still might look to fight even further around the purple buff.
Yeah. Just the Ring of Punishment just being a thorn in the neck for the whole squad of RRQ HOSHI. And now they're trying slowly, bit by bit, applying a bit of a pressure onto the jungle of Susujin. Again, this is a Ling that scales up pretty well towards the late game. That's why TLID, there's an internal pressure for them to try and get a huge lead early on, but if ever that fails, or if ever RRQ HOSHI manages to extend this game towards the late game, Yehezkiel comes in with the Lilia.
Again, Turtle up for the taking, a couple shots happening, and Susujin will make his way for this one.
Okay, Dyren just doing his work, zoning out, here comes Split plus real world manipulation, all the while Windy is there with the backline, gonna connect with the Wave of the Dragon, and still Rins gets the Turtle! Here comes the counter-attack coming in from RRQ as they take down Aran, but TLID, the rest of the cavalry on the attack, gonna bring down Edok and Dyren.
So again, still exchanging. Fabian on the hunt, Rins trying to get back. Fabian not going to be able to follow through on that one. So they break out Rins. Luckily, yeah, gets the turtle there. Does pick up the glowing wand now. Big part of the kit here, of course, for the Eve to set things up. Well, that was the thing, too. You know, both the gold laners relatively just kind of having a chill time in that gold lane against each other. Skylar does have the Haas Claws now. Hunter Strike here over on the other side for Aaron Shiki. But look at the pressure here on the tier 1.
Oh, are they going to commit away with the dragon, though? Okay, Widdy for a turtle. For a turret might not be a bad trade for TLID, because again, this is where their lineup kicks in. They want to go for objectives as much as possible, because towards the late game, you cannot. It's hard to go up against a Sutsujin that's scaled up perfectly. Not to mention, Skylar is also rocking an Irithel.
Yeah, this is the part too. You know, because of the fact that Fabian was part of the early kills that he got, he is scaling up. As long as Sutsujin doesn't go down, he's able to go ahead and just keep focusing on the farm, then at least you're in a position where you're not too outscaled. You should be able to go ahead and fight. And again, it's one of those things with a Ling where you can always just try to go ahead and sweep on in and maybe steal the Lord, or at least cause enough of a chaos situation where then it comes down to a 50-50 for the Retri. But right now, it's RRQ HOSHI just trying to keep things from getting too out of hand. Widdy has been a nuisance, a part of this.
Oh.
Both junglers here.
Jungler 1v1, okay. Sutsujin just really feeling the damage of the Sever. But again, if you're going to look at the 50-50s in terms of the neutral objectives,
yeah.
Fabian has a slight advantage, I would say, because of the Sever Retribution combination. It's like saying, it's like the Appraiser's Wrath, the Retri combination that we've seen with the Fredrin, even the ult of the Balmut plus the Retribution combination. So TLID can actually, there's not much problem or pressure that they have to think about when it comes to Sutsujin out-retrying Fabian.
Third turtle's up. Again, getting in position. Frontliners there at it. We'll see them set it up now.
Okay, set up. Real world manipulation. Here comes Sutsujin, though. Is he going to go down as Darwin goes with the split? Gonna get caught up by 4 here as Aran. Okay, he has to revitalize, but is gonna get bursted down by Sutsujin.
Whoa!
Here comes the split.
Still there.
Still there, gonna get ganked up by 3. He's gonna fall down in the hands of Fabian, but all the while, RRQ gets the turtle plus the kill. So right now, you can safely say RRQ won that trade.
RRQ, I mean, a lot of the times that's Dyron's job. You know, he just tries to do things for the team, whether that's a turtle, whether that's a turret, cuts them off and keeps them focused on the goal for now. Sutsujin will pick up the Haas Claws. They'll also get a turret down. Berserker's Fury now too for Skylar. So 2 items locked in. Looking at how the farm's going, you know, relatively well. Well, right now, Fabian and Aaron Shiki at the top of the standings. They've been doing a great job at just kind of keeping the pace. Aaron Shiki will start to shine later on, already nearly there to the BOD. Does pick it up just now, so Hunter Strike and BOD for Aaron Shiki. He'll start joining the fights a lot more now, especially as we lead into this Lord about a minute away. And RRQ HOSHI, they can utilize the split pressure they can put on the map with a Ling if they want to. But still, he's going to have to go ahead and be mostly with these team fights for the objectives later on. Just because, again, even if it's just to steal with the Retribution. But Sutsujin's done a great job at just staying alive. Still trying to cover some ground here, but man, like, these ranged shots here from Team Liquid ID is what they have to overcome.
The warning shots coming in from Aaron Shiki, making sure that Edok cannot just zone out the members of TLID, making quick work in the minions in the middle lane. And now looking at Widdy, he does have a good position with the brush. They might be able to take a pickoff onto Skylar if Skylar decides to go back up top.
We'll see how they go at again. Look at the positioning right now. Skylar approaching.
Okay, here comes the way of the Dragon Flicker combination. Red Spike back with the real manipulation, but they're trying to cut off the exit route. Here comes Aran. Here comes Widdy once again. He's E-killed with the glooms. Gonna bring down 2. RRQ HOSHI, no answer as Sutsujin is just trying to go for the bottom lane push.
He pushed in the lane a little bit. Lord's gonna come up. But man, TLID got 2 in exchange. They make their way to the Lord, they'll start it up. And Sutsujin, we'll see if he can pull something off, but he's gonna get spotted out by Widdy. Not sure if he's gonna be able to actually find an angle or a window to go in here. Dyron already taken the damage, split off.
Okay.
There's the kick.
Here comes the glorious pathway. Widdy just trying to zone out Sutsujin. Forced to use out the Templates of Blaze. Here comes Skylar though, gonna pick up again all to Aran. And now a double man knockoff coming in from Widdy. RRQ HOSHI not backing down, trying to poke down Widdy. And now they're back on this Lord fight.
Enough to go ahead and stall things out and go for the reset. Both teams might just wait. Aran almost back up. Still, Widdy, blade armor now for him. We saw Skylar's damage already to preview it when he pops that heavy crossbow. But now they set things up. Edok still on the front side of it, has the Revitalize nearly available. The Wrath of the Dryad. So they'll find themselves in this situation now, fighting for the Lord here. And despite this lead, even the poke coming out from RRQ, of course, he is going to have to be able to respect some of the damage coming out in return, but neither team can actually commit to this Lord just because of how much threat there is in around this Lord pick.
Yeah, and at the same time, with you can't just go in for the Jeet Kune Do combination because of the presence of Edok with the Belleric. Once he sees or once he feels that Widow is going to go in for the engage, he can just cast the Wrath of Dryad and just foil the plan of TLID. And for the same time, RRQ Hoshi, it's not easy for them to just really try and go for the backline because, again, the glooms that Yeskill has been doing, 303 KDA, it's been a thorn in the neck of RRQ Hoshi, honestly. That's why Yeskill trying to zone out the members. Here comes Dyron, though. Is he going to cast a split? Real world manipulation coming in from Rins. Aaron Shaky just dishing out the damage with the Rhapsody. Rins has to flicker away. Aran caught in a bit of everything. There's the Glorious Pathway. Windy with a kick and going to bring down Dyron.
Dyron already out of the picture again. A Lord goes for a reset. I think it might just be a full reset again, even with Dyron out of the picture. So still, neither team wanting to fully commit. They continue to test each other's limits. Susujin will go ahead and grab the purple buff. Edok trying to provide that vision, but TLID still wants to poke them down.
Oh, they want to go for more! And gonna bring down Edok! Susujin got stunned and got bursted down by Aaron Shaky! TLID executed that to perfection! 2 kills plus the Lord!
The patience from the Cavalry will help them win that fight. Again, they took their time, they poked from a distance, and then they collapsed down at the right moment. Now RRQ Hoshi on the defense. Again, with this Lord pushing in, they should be able to hold it together. They might lose that tier 1, some of the tier 2s, but they're still in the game. Skylar has been able to go ahead and farm up now, 3 items locked in. But you see where the difficulty is for RRQ Hoshi. It's the range battle. And that's been the case almost every single time, especially when a Granger is across from you with a Suyo. And right now, they're going to watch the tier 2 in the mid lane fall to this push from Team Liquid ID. Again, Aaron Shiki taking a couple shots on Susujin. He has to go back, quarter of the health left. Lord still make its way on the top side, and RQ, they'll get ready to defend, utilizing Rins' RWM when they try to push in. Not sure if Witty's going to go under and through. They're going to go in.
Okay, Jeet Kune Do is there. Real world manipulation coming in from Rins. The Glorious Pathway is also there, and they're going to make quick work of the Lord. No inhibitor turrets will be taken down for the side of RRQ Hoshi.
Clearing it out. Susujin dealing with that bottom side. Ultimately dealing with the Lord, they're going to be fine, but they are going to lose still more in the jungle. You're seeing the gaps here between the gold lane, between nearly every single lane at this point. And you got to start to think, all right, RRQ Hoshi, how can they actually turn this game around? How can they win a team fight? Even if it comes down to the base, it might be up to them. But Edok, this Belleric has not been working out the way they've wanted to. A lot of times he's just kind of slowed down and caught out. Yehezkiel as well. You know, the Gloom's enough for burning him down. I mean, this guy's got the Enchanted Talisman, the Glowing Wand, and the Wishing Lantern. And it just seems to eat away at the tankier members here of RRQ Hoshi.
Yeah, honestly, the Belleric, it's more of a reactive type of hero wherein you're going to wait for TLID to go in full commit with the dive and then cast a Wrath of Dryad. But TLID knows this. They actually used this previously.
Yeah.
And they know how to work around Edok. So right now we have to commend Aran because Aran's been providing a lot of vision for TLID, enabling actually Widdy to find the proper angle for those Jeet Kune Dos. He doesn't even need the Way of the Dragon. The Jeet Kune Dos alone has been connecting to at least 2 members of RRQ Hoshi, setting themselves up for the burst that can come from Aaron Shiki.
And now you got to see Halbert locked in here for Aaron Shiki. He's also got the Wind of Nature, so he has enough defensively, but also offensively to deal with that healing, that sustainability from RRQ Hoshi. Whether that's the Revitalize being dropped down, but so far, even without the Sea Halberd, they've just been able to overload the damage. I mean, look at the shots here. Able to just take down, you know, almost a half health with the Destinado alone. The fight once again for the purple buff with the Lord coming up. RRQ Hoshi, they're going to have to deal with that, so it looks like no purple for Susujin. And we know this is a tough place to be if you're a Ling and you're also just this dependent on the purple buffs. We'll see if they can make a play elsewhere, because right now, Team Liquid ID wants to make their way to the Lord.
Yeah, but they're not going to burst down the Lord just yet, because again, Fabian actually uses Retribution, because that's how much they know how valuable is the purple buff for Susujin. A scaling type of hero needs that purple buff. So right now, TLID, they're just going to play it safe, wait for Fabian's Retribution to be up, And again, look for a proper angle for Widdy to deliver the way of the dragon that Cheat can do. And the beauty of the lineup of TLID, because of the range that's coming in from Aaron Cheeky, it's not even just the Cheat can do or Aran's Glorious Pathway that procs the Tempest of Blades from Sutsujin. Even just the Death Sonata alone will sometimes forces Sutsujin to use the Tempest of Blades right away.
It's almost enough, and I like how Widdy was just kind of waiting with Fabian there, even as they were pushing down that bottom side, the long lane from this Lord, just to make sure that he can rotate and he's going to be fine, especially when the Retribution's up. So that time is now. Sutsujin picking up the BOD. They'll get the information they need. They're going to rely on Dairon and Edok to go ahead, but it's already going to be taken out. So Fabian gets the Lord. They don't want to fight this, so it looks like RRQ HOSHI will just go ahead and get ready for a defense again. Now breaking down the lineup, they've got a great high ground defense. They've got a great lineup that can actually defend to the base, but right now they want to go ahead and get this purple buff for Sutsujin.
They're going to fight for the purple buff, forcing Dairon to use the split once again. Here comes the Death Sonata coming in from Aaron Cheeky, but it's going to get blocked by Rins. And now Widdy looking for another angle. Sutsujin just desperately trying to get this purple buff, and TLID will successfully steal it away from him.
All right, so he's not going to have the buff for this. And just, we see this so often now, especially with how popular Granger is. And now that you have a Sky Piercer there, part of the equation, man, you got to have the team to body block the shots, because the Death Sonata is really starting to hurt. Widdy picking up this immortality means that he's probably going to force a fight, force a situation or a reaction, utilizing the flicker into the base when they get this ready to set up here. So RRQ HOSHI, Skylar, this is his time to shine on the Aerithil. Again, this Aerithil has done wonders for the teams that have brought it to their games. But right now it's dealing with a ranged battle. Rins will also get a Divine Glaive, so perfect timing on the base defense as they try to clear things out. They get the black shoes out.
Okay, they're going to force out the black shoes, plus the Tempest of Blades. Here comes the Ryan, going to cut out the exit route with the Glorious Pathway. They're trying to chase right after Sutsujin, but they're not going to mind him anymore. Sets their eyes on the inhibitor turrets.
They got the black shoes, they got the flicker down. They still have to deal with the Lord here on the top side. RRQ HOSHI wants to hold on to what they can, even if at the expense of the base turrets. Rins though.
Oh, real manipulation, forcing the black shoes once again. This might be a go signal for RRQ HOSHI, but Fabian says no. Cutting off RRQ HOSHI. But still, that was still a good attempt for the Kingdom, because instead of losing all inhibitor turrets, they only lost one. And a lot of credit goes to Sutsujin because they forced out Yezekill's black shoes right away.
Yeah, I would say successful defense by RRQ HOSHI, holding down the walls of the base. Right now, 2 turrets still up. Despite being down this much, still got to give it to their lineup that they have here. Able to go ahead and lock things down. Rins as well. This time, they still get a position because they want to go ahead and allow that purple buff to be secured if it can and go in the hands of Sutsujin. It's going to work on the orange for now, but still, again, RRQ HOSHI staying in the game. If they can drag it on a little bit further, they might actually be in a position to contest the next Lord that comes up here, because nearly itemization-wise, they almost have everything they need, at least damage-wise. Now, tankiness, they got to build up a little bit more. Sutsujin also picking up a Malefic Roar. Edok, you know, he's along the way. He's got an anti-Cuirass and a Radiant Armor. That's why you just kind of see him dealing with a lot of the damage. I mean, as tanky as he's supposed to be, as the Spellrick is supposed to be, it just doesn't feel like it. And it's not like you're going to be able to just surprise anyone because of the fact that, you know, they're going to see you coming from a mile away. Yeah, exactly. And they're playing against, too, a Glorious Pathway. Aran has been a really good... I mean, look at this. Look at the Gloom damage.
Okay, they're going to try and work on the Lord and try and burst it down. Inner Cheek with that Sonata. Just look at Edok soaking up the damage. Too much. Aaron Cheeky might get a kill onto Edok there. Sutsujin trying to survey the scene. TLID still holding on to this Lord.
Edok able to get away. RWM dropped down. There's a Glorious Pathway, though. And the Lord still for the fight.
Sutsujin goes down. Tempest of Blade going to try and catch Aaron Cheeky. But waiting with a Jitkanto kill. Assisted him off to Aaron Cheeky for that huge takedown. An answer for RRQ to bring down Aran. Direct Immortality will be popped and gets a flicker out to safety. But Aaron Cheeky, does he have the ultimate, though? RRQ HOSHI manages to lose Sutsujin, but TLID also got the Lord.
The little glue's trying to catch up, too, but I'm surprised Dairon stayed alive. Great usage of the flicker. They might, of course, be able to hold on still, as Sutsujin will be up in 20 seconds. They will have the rest of the waves to deal with, but by that time, also, RWM will be back. They'll have everything they need to go ahead and go for the defense, even the revitalize perhaps here, depending on how long they stall this out. Susujin now seconds away from being up, and Team Liquid ID still down a run. We'll see how they manage this push in. They might just get the 2 base turrets left here.
Really charging up the Jeet Kune Do. Again, he has the flicker plus the immortality, so they're not afraid to dive in all in. RRQ HOSHI just making quick work up blurred up top. No inhibitor turrets taken down once again. Still so far successful defense for RRQ HOSHI, but this might change if TLID manages to find a proper angle.
Still, these powered waves pushing in. Not sure if they're actually going to be able to get this. They do get a Black Shoes already out, though, from Yehezkiel. So again, Glorious Pathway, they want to take the bottom turret down.
Okay, gonna try and work on the bottom lane turret, but RRQ HOSHI was ready for the response.
Wow.
Still saving one more hit of that turret, making sure that the walls of their kingdom are still there.
RRQ HOSHI will have, again, you can chalk it up to a successful defense. 21 minutes in as Skylar picks up the Malefic Gun. And this has been enough time. Even the fact that a nice Queen Wand now in the hands of Rins, a fight that isn't in favor of Team Liquid ID around the next objective could turn this game completely over on its head. Dyron, though.
They're gonna go full commit onto Dyron, forcing his split.
Fabian!
Oh, Fabian with the Queller! Making sure to break down the tankiest hero of RRQ HOSHI. And now they're in trouble because TLID, they can feel the push that it's coming in onto the middle lane.
They saw what Dyron did earlier. They're not going to let it happen again, and now in the mid.
Waiting with a conceal and a double man knock-up. Jeet Kune Do forcing the Templars of Blades. And I'm just soaking up the damage. He does have to revitalize now. And RRQ HOSHI lost all inhibitor turrets. Aaron Shiki sets his eyes on Susujin, but Susujin manages to evade that. They lost Dyron and all their inhibitor turrets.
All the inhibitor turrets taken down. You gotta give it up though, because it's been discipline that has played the part to Team Liquid ID, slowly but surely exposing the base now of RRQ HOSHI. You can take a look at the items here once again. Skylar, I mean, finally he gets that Malefic Roar too, so he's locked in, but look at the amount of gold over here for Aaron Shiki. Even down to the point where sometimes just switching some of the items. And now that this Lord is up, again, we're going to see if they're able to actually go and fight it off. Dyron and Edok gets whittled down by these damage dealers, even the Blooms alone. Difficult enough to actually find a window to go into here to contest this Lord right now as Fabian holds it together. Witty's positioning as well. Might look for a play, but they take their time. This has been the story so far for Team Liquid ID, is just taking their time when they know that they have somewhat of an advantage against RRQ HOSHI, but still respecting how this can change in the course of a team fight.
Yeah, there's a fat wave up top building for TLID. Eventually someone has to deal with the wave up top as Susujin works on the purple buff. Just look at that Sonata forcing Rins and Edok to walk away. Aran cuts the exit route off with a glorious pathway, but gonna get a shutdown onto Ezekiel. A kick coming in from Witty. The immortality will be popped and will be brought down by Aaron Shaky. The Death Sonata was just too much for them to handle as Susujin will fall down. Now they have to worry about the minions.
The minions are already pushing into the base, but the Lord is secured by Team Liquid ID. And yes, RRQ HOSHI will defend the base for now. But again, for how long? And now almost 24 minutes into the game. You already saw how difficult it was. Susujin is just showing up the front side, gets taken out, and a Winter Crown and a Rose Gold Meteor picked up. Now for this push in, Lord making its way in the mid lane. And this is going to be the true test for RRQ HOSHI. This could change the course if they can turn it around. A couple immortalities for them. And still holding on to that Wind of Nature. Now Lord makes his way into the base. How do they pull this off? Witty goes in.
Okay, there's a conceal. Not gonna commit the Jeet Kune Do. Here comes the glorious pathway. They can actually focus on taking down the Crystal. TLID moments away from repeating history and bringing down the kingdom.
5 games. And history for now will be repeated as the cavalry goes through the gates of the kingdom. RRQ HOSHI, as now they're one of the teams to represent Indonesia in the top 4 and going to Axiata Arena.